Jungkook caught on camera in Dubai, just a routine transit or the first clue to BTS's secret mission to Portugal? Was it really just another ordinary stopover? Or did one quiet moment inside Dubai International Airport accidentally crack open the biggest mystery surrounding BTS's 2026 comeback? When Jungkook was caught on camera in Dubai, standing casually yet guarded in a duty-free store surrounded by chocolate displays branded Flavors of Dubai, the internet didn't just react, it erupted. And the question that refuses to go away is deceptively simple. Why did that moment feel bigger than it looked? Early Tuesday morning, as images began circulating across X, formerly known as Twitter, a familiar pattern unfolded at lightning speed. Screenshots multiplied, timelines refreshed obsessively, and fans across continents froze on the same frames, zooming in, comparing angles, and reading meaning into every shadow, every accessory, every step Jungkook appeared to take. The post that ignited the fire came from the account at Jungkook, uploaded with the breathless caption, "Oh my god, BTS in Dubai." Within minutes, it was no longer just a post, it was a signal. The photographs themselves seemed harmless at first glance. Several masked men, faces partially hidden under caps and beanies, stood near a glossy duty-free display. One wore an orange beanie paired with a black jacket. Another appeared in a baseball cap and a face mask, posture relaxed but eyes unreadable. No press conference, no official announcement, no entourage screaming global superstars passing through. And yet, ARMY knew. They always do. Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS, has long been recognized not just by his face but by his presence. Even covered, even silent, even blurred in motion, there is something unmistakable about him. Fans pointed to the way he stood, the proportions, the subtle confidence in his posture. Others focused on fashion details, shoes, layers, accessories that felt deeply familiar. One comment in particular captured the collective amusement and obsession of the fandom. JK has taehyungified his shoes. A joke perhaps, but also a reminder that in the BTS universe, nothing is ever truly random. As the post gained traction, numbers climbed at a dizzying pace. Hundreds of thousands of views, tens of thousands of likes, reposts stacking faster than anyone could count. Yet beneath the excitement ran a current of concern. Alongside the screaming emojis in capital letters were pleas for restraint. "Can we normalize not taking pictures of the boys while they traveling?" one fan wrote. Another echoed the sentiment more urgently, calling for fans to stop posting such images altogether. The tension between curiosity and respect has always followed BTS, and Dubai was no exception. But curiosity won. Because this wasn't just about seeing Jungkook in transit, it was about timing, it was about context, and it was about what BTS has been quietly building towards since the end of their military hiatus. Almost immediately, speculation shifted from "are they really there?" to "where are they going next?" Replies began hinting at a destination that felt oddly specific: Portugal. When a user confidently stated, "They are going to Portugal," the original poster replied with a simple confirmation: "Yes." One word, no elaboration, yet it landed like a bombshell. Portugal is not a routine stop for BTS. It is not a common layover. It is not, historically, a place associated with casual vacations for the group. So, why Portugal, and why now? To understand why this single rumor exploded into a full-blown theory, it helps to look at where BTS stands at this exact moment in time. The group has recently reassembled following the completion of military service by its members, marking the end of an era and the beginning of something fans have waited years to witness. The announcement of their upcoming album, titled ARIRAAN, scheduled for release on the 20th of March 2026, already set expectations sky high. The title alone, referencing a deeply symbolic Korean folk song, suggests themes of identity, legacy, and return. Against that backdrop, any movement by BTS feels loaded with meaning. Dubai, as a transit hub, makes sense on paper. It is one of the world's busiest airports, a crossroads connecting east and west. But BTS does not move like ordinary travelers. Their routes are planned with precision, secrecy, and intent. When they appear somewhere unexpectedly, history suggests there is more unfolding behind the scenes. Fans began revisiting old patterns, connecting dots across years of BTS history. Previous eras have taught ARMY that music videos are rarely confined to studios. From desert landscapes to European cities, from icy plains to sun-drenched coastlines, BTS has always treated the world as its canvas. Portugal, with its dramatic cliffs, historic architecture, and cinematic light, fits perfectly into that tradition. And once the idea took hold, it refused to let go. The theories grew bolder, more elaborate, more imaginative. Some fans joked about extreme stunts, imagining BTS skydiving off the Burj Khalifa or performing acrobatics mid-air. Others took a more analytical approach, researching filming permits, seasonal weather, and recent movements of production crews rumored to be connected to HYBE. The line between fantasy and investigation blurred, and in that blur, anticipation thrived. Then came another spark. Additional images surfaced, allegedly showing RM, the group's leader, with blonde hair. A small detail perhaps, but in the world of K-pop, hair color is never just hair color. It is concept. It is era. It is narrative. This Namjoon, right? He is blonde, one fan exclaimed, capturing the collective shock in a single sentence. A new look often signals a new chapter, and suddenly, Dubai wasn't just a stopover, it was a preview. What makes this moment especially compelling is the contrast between Jungkook's visible demeanor and the storm surrounding it. In the images, he appears calm, almost unbothered. No grand gestures, no obvious attempts to draw attention. Yet, fans described his expression as too relaxed, strangely closed, suspiciously calm. It is a fascinating paradox. The more understated Jungkook appears, the more convinced fans become that something massive is underway. This reaction speaks volumes about Jungkook's role within BTS and within the fandom. Often described as the group's emotional anchor and global bridge, Jungkook has a unique ability to signal change without saying a word. His presence alone can shift narratives, and in Dubai, it did exactly that. Social media soon flooded with hashtags like #BTSinDubai and #BTStoPortugal, turning speculation into trending topics across regions. In Indonesia, one of BTS's strongest fan bases, discussions intensified. Fans debated time zones, flight durations, and the plausibility of a secret shoot. Others urged caution, reminding everyone that speculation should never cross into invasion. The duality of excitement and responsibility played out in real time. Amid all this noise, one thing remained notably absent: an official statement. HYBE, known for its strategic silence, offered no confirmation and no denial. BTS themselves stayed quiet. No live streams, no cryptic posts, no playful hints. And that silence, perhaps more than anything else, fueled the fire. Because when BTS has nothing to hide, they often say so. When they are building something monumental, they tend to disappear just enough to let imagination run wild. Industry insiders have long noted that global-scale music videos require months of planning, international coordination, and absolute secrecy. Locations are chosen not just for aesthetics but for symbolism. Portugal, sitting at the edge of Europe, facing the Atlantic, has historically been portrayed as a place of departure and return. For a group preparing to reintroduce itself to the world after years of separation, the symbolism is almost too perfect. Still, it is important to acknowledge that all of this remains speculation. There is no confirmed evidence that Jungkook and the other members were en route to Portugal for filming. There is no official schedule released. There is no press release tying Dubai to a secret mission. And yet, the story refuses to fade because it taps into something deeper than logistics. It taps into hope. BTS's comeback is not just another album release. For many fans, it represents reunion, healing, and continuity after a long period of waiting. Every image, every rumor, every fleeting glimpse of the members together carries emotional weight. Seeing Jungkook in Dubai was not just about location, it was about reassurance that the wheels are turning, that the story is moving forward. At the same time, the Dubai incident reignited an ongoing conversation about privacy. The very fans who decode BTS's every move are also the ones reminding each other to step back. The calls to normalize not taking photos during private travel were not ignored. They coexisted with the excitement, creating a complex emotional landscape where love, curiosity, and concern overlap. As of now, the truth remains just out of reach. Jungkook's appearance in Dubai could indeed have been a simple transit, nothing more than a quiet moment between flights. Or it could have been the opening scene of a carefully orchestrated global project, one that will only make sense in hindsight when the music drops and the visuals unfold. Until then, the images remain. The questions linger, and the feeling that something big is coming refuses to settle. Was Jungkook really just passing through Dubai, blending into the crowd under a mask and a cap? Or did the world accidentally catch a glimpse of BTS standing at the edge of their next era, one foot in transit, the other already stepping into a secret mission bound for Portugal? For now, the only certainty is this: when BTS moves, the world watches. And sometimes, the quietest moments make the loudest promises. And that promise, unspoken yet intensely felt, is precisely why the Dubai sighting refuses to be dismissed as coincidence. In the world of BTS, coincidence has always been a luxury few fans can afford to believe in. Too many past moments that once seemed accidental later revealed themselves as deliberate chapters in a much larger narrative. Too many random airport photos later became the first breadcrumb leading toward a global reveal. As hours passed after the images first went viral, fans began replaying the scene in their minds with the focus of investigators rather than spectators. Why a duty-free shop? Why that specific section of the airport? Why did the members appear together, yet deliberately obscured? BTS are veterans of fame. They understand visibility better than almost anyone in the industry. When they choose to mask themselves rather than use VIP entrances or private terminals, it often signals a desire to move unnoticed rather than to be seen. And that intention alone raised another unsettling question. What required that level of discretion? Jungkook, in particular, became the emotional center of the speculation. His energy in the photos was described by fans as paradoxical. Relaxed but alert, casual but guarded. Not hurried, yet not entirely at ease. Body language experts among the fandom weighed in, comparing this moment to previous airport sightings tied to known schedules. Some argued that when Jungkook travels for leisure, his demeanor tends to be lighter, more playful, even when masked. In Dubai, they said, his posture suggested purpose. That interpretation may sound exaggerated to outsiders, but BTS's fanbase has been trained by years of pattern recognition. Comebacks have been foreshadowed by hair color changes, glimpsed at airports. World tours have been preceded by sudden international trips with no explanation. Entire eras have quietly begun in transit lounges, unnoticed except by those who know exactly what to look for. Adding to the intrigue was the presence of other members. Though the focus quickly narrowed on Jungkook, fans were equally fixated on who else might have been there. The alleged sighting of Taehyung, identified through clothing and silhouette, fueled the narrative of internal group dynamics returning to the forefront. The playful comment about Jungkook's shoes being Taehyungified may have seemed lighthearted, but it carried deeper symbolism. Fashion has long been one of the ways BTS communicates unity and influence within the group. When members begin mirroring each other's styles, fans often interpret it as a sign of renewed closeness and shared direction. Then there was RM. The mere possibility that the group's leader was present, sporting blonde hair, shifted the conversation from interesting rumor to potentially historic moment. RM has always been the compass of BTS's artistic identity. When he changes his look dramatically, it often aligns with a conceptual shift. Blonde hair, in previous eras, has coincided with moments of rebirth, introspection, and global outreach. Seeing even a rumored glimpse of that transformation sent shockwaves through the fandom. All of this unfolded against the ticking clock leading up to the 20th of March 2026. With the album Ararang already announced, the promotional timeline loomed large in fans' minds. Industry logic suggests that high-budget music videos, especially those intended to reintroduce BTS as a fully reunited group, would need to be filmed well in advance. Locations would need to feel expansive, symbolic, and unmistakably global. Portugal, with its windswept coastlines and centuries-old cities, fits that brief almost too well. The idea of Portugal also resonated on a thematic level. As a country historically associated with exploration, departure, and cultural crossroads, It mirrors BTS's own journey, a group that began as underdogs in Seoul, crossed linguistic and cultural barriers, and emerged as global icons might find powerful visual metaphor in standing at Europe's western edge, facing an open horizon. Fans speculated that such imagery could align with the emotional weight promised by Airy Rang, an album title already steeped in longing and resilience. Still, skepticism remained. Some fans urged restraint, pointing out that Dubai is one of the most common transit points for flights between Asia and Europe. A stopover, they argued, does not automatically imply a secret mission. Others reminded the community of the dangers of overanalyzing limited information, cautioning that disappointment often follows inflated expectations. Yet even these voices could not fully extinguish the sense that something was different this time. The scale of the reaction itself became part of the story. This was not a minor rumor circulating in niche corners of the internet. It was a global conversation, unfolding in real time, with fans, casual observers, and even industry watchers tuning in.